In this video, we're going to break down the TradingView charts, some tips and some tricks on how to customize your day trading charts with TradingView, break down some little things that I do to customize my charts, make it a little bit easier to read, talk about some of the indicators that I'm using every single day on every single chart. Gonna break it down right here in this video, TradingView, customizing tips and some tricks right here in this video. So let's go. Pulling up the 3-minute chart here on TradingView. Let's just do a very basic intro into what you're seeing on the screen, how to change things on TradingView. If you're a total newbie, what do you need? What do you need to look at here? I have it set up so the wheel of my mouse is zoom out, zoom in. Really easy to be able to zoom in there. I think overall the UI and the usability of the charts on TradingView make it really simple, and that's one thing that I like about it is I can easily, draw all my lines, draw my trend lines, do everything I need to do just right there, and it's bang, bang, ready to go. So right here on this 3-minute chart, we have the 8 EMA, we have the 21 EMA, we have the 51 EMA. On the bottom down here, we have the MACD. So what am I doing to customize these charts as I'm going? So what am I doing to customize some of these indicators just to make them a little easier to see? What you do is you click here on the indicator itself. You're going to click on that little wheel to pull up the settings, and you're going to see that'll pull up this little setting box. Once you have that setting box pulled up, what I want to do is kind of go here, click on that yellow. I like to make all of my EMAs the same color on every chart, in the sense that if I'm using the 8 EMA on one chart, it's yellow on every chart. If I'm using the blue EMA being the 21, it's also the 21 blue EMA on every other chart as well. So kind of learn that I know that the certain colors are certain time frame EMAs. So we have this one pulled up, the yellow EMA there, very easy to see on the chart. And what I do here is I can actually make this thicker down by clicking this little bottom button. I feel like sometimes the first thickness is a little too skinny, so I like to go for that second one or even the third one, but we'll go for the second one today. So you can see how easy that is to adjust. Bang, 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 ready to go there. So that's how you can customize the EMAs, the color and the thickness of the line. Same thing down here on the MACD as well. On the MACD, what I like to do is get rid of the zero line because I don't need the zero line. I know where that zero line's at, so I get rid of the zero line. And then again, I'm gonna make my MACD line a little bit thicker as well. So pretty much for the EMAs and lines like that, I like to make them a little bit thicker on the chart, and they're easier to see, especially when everything's getting all crossed up, and kind of get an idea like close up what's going on. You can also change all the colors as well. You can change the colors of the bars. I want to make these colors a little bit brighter, so we're going to go with that color for the body. And for the red, I want the red to be a little bit darker, so we might need to actually go in here like that and change. So what you're going to do, if you want to add like a custom color, you just go down there and you can change those colors. I'm going to make the green here a little bit brighter. I think that'll be easier to see on the chart there, so you can see it on the chart a little bit better there. Also, one thing that I've been doing as well is I go to the wicks here and I put them to white. And it's kind of an easier way to see the wicks there as well. So the wicks are no longer. So if your chart starts getting all crazy and you don't know what to do, like you're just kind of zoomed in, you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do here? Just go down to the bottom and press auto. That'll be your auto scale. And then if you zoom out, it'll automatically scale to the right size. But the only problem with auto scale is you can't move the actual candlesticks. It'll just kind of always fit automatically into the screen there. So what I do is I take off the auto sometimes, and I go over here on the right, and you can see if I kind of go up or down, pulling up or down on those right on the price scale, it'll actually make these candles bigger, so I can actually see like more fine detail on the prices there. And if I go back and I press auto, it'll automatically just go to auto there, auto fit. So if I want to zoom in and get a closer look of these candles, I can do that by turning off the auto and then by going over here on the price scale and moving that depending on that. But if I go to auto, you see how it just automatically will go to the fit regular trading hours and electronic trading hours. So on the SPY, there's not going to be 23 hours of trading like futures. There's only going to be the pre-market and aftermarket. You can turn it on and off so that you see the electronic trading hours here on the futures, which will be all of the overnight session and the market hours. And then if you only want to see market hours, you go to regular trading hours there, and it'll stop pretty much whenever the market opens, market closes here, and you won't get that pre-market action. So for like the SPY, That's one thing that I do, but with futures, you might as well just keep it on electronic trading hours because all that trading action is happening overnight or, you know, in the morning, things like that. So just keep an eye on it. You can also change the layout so that you have multiple charts set up. Let's go like this one side by side, and I can put like the 15-minute time frame on this one over here, and then put the 3-minute time frame on the right over here. And you can put different indicators on each of these. So if I want different indicators on the one on the right, I can put the different indicators over there. If I want the one on the left, I can do it like that. I can slide it sideways. So if, you know, if I wanted to kind of pull this here and see what's going on with the 3-minute chart as I'm looking at the 15-minute chart, I can do that just by looking, you know, looking at that one over here on the 3-minute. And if I want to maximize the one on the right, I'm gonna go down here and press on this little maximize chart toggle switch there. And then same thing on this side. If I want to be the only one that I see, I would just toggle that. So pretty easy to go back and forth there, just back and forth. You can add alerts here on the chart. Let's say you want to add an alert so that if the ES crosses this 390 level, you can do that right there by putting an alert. It'll alert you when that happens, and it'll be right there on the chart. Another little tip that I like to do for support and resistance zones, you know, it used to be so much like, okay, I would just draw resistance with one line and just be like, oh, that's my resistance. And that was like resistance, that was support, you know, just drawing that one little line. But what I've kind of learned with futures, at least, is, you know, we need to give ourselves a little bit more wiggle room. And these little boxes of support and resistance, you can see how we're getting a little bit more, you know, from the 84s all the way to the 90s. So instead of just only being like, okay, we think that 89 levels resistance, so we're pretty much like grabbing the tops of all those candles, those wicks. So we're getting more area there, and it's giving us a little bit better of an idea like where that previous area of resistance could turn into support. So it's not just like, okay, we're only going to have support here at the 90s, but more so like this is kind of giving me an area to look at instead of just, you know, that one simple line. Same thing with the support down here, like this off the bottom. I could basically draw this box out here and know that this area is a support area over just having like a support line down there. You can change the colors as well, green, red, depending on resistance, support. You can see that previous area of resistance turn into support there, and it kind of bounced off. But I like to give myself a little bit more room than just a simple, like, there's a line. You know, having a little bit more room there gives you a little bit more to think about, a little bit more like, okay, there's more information here at this level. Instead of like just here earlier, you know, if I just kind of drew a line straight off the bottom, it's giving me just a little bit more like, okay, we have more price action in here. And this would be like, if I'm gonna be buying the dip, you know, I want to be buying kind of in this box more so just that first little touch of that box. I kind of want to get that whole box get retested, and that'll be my support resistance zone. So that's one thing that I'm doing differently as well lately. I'm not just drawing, you know, one simple line on the chart, but more so like trying to identify a whole kind of area, a little bit of a range area, consolidation area. The more that we have that kind of consolidation, the better inside of that box there. That'll give us more overall price action in that level of support or resistance. When it comes to time frames, I'm normally looking at the 3-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame, or the hourly time frame on the different charts. You can see that, you know, really the different time frames do paint a different picture. This is the hourly time frame. You can see the bottom of these candles here on Friday, just wick. So what is that telling us on that hourly chart? As this price action getting tighter and tighter here on the hourly chart, and we can see we've got a lot of wicks on the bottom. We got the wicks on the top here, but those wicks on the bottom being a little bit greater, and there's that breakout to the upside. So really, you know, looking at the bigger time frames, it's important to focus on those bigger time frames so you can get an idea of really what's going on with the overall price action. Because if you go just right to the 3-minute chart, you know, it definitely looks similar, but with the bigger time frame, it's much cleaner and much easier to see kind of what's going on. This is the 3-minute chart. You can see kind of chopping around in there, a little different than the hourly. And then on the 15-minute chart, it'll be even kind of cleaner as well here. So on the 15-minute chart, pretty good idea what's going on there. We get the break to the upside, and there's that move up there. So always kind of looking at different time frames, the 3-minute, the 15-minute, and the hourly chart there for TradingView. And I got my different time frame indicators on there as well. So also, don't be afraid to go over here and check out some of the tools on the left. Some cool things that I like to use here is a Fibonacci retracement. You can see this is a Fibonacci retracement tool. You go over here to the left, click Fibonacci retracement, and you can see how the market pushed up to the highs. It pulls back that 786 level. That 786 level is a kind of golden area for a pullback, and that's exactly what the market did. It kind of bounced right off that 786 and then went higher. So make sure, you know, you check out all the tools. Look over here on the left, see what's going on. You got the different pitchforks, and I like this one here as well, the trend-based Fibonacci extension. Another tool that I use here is the Fibonacci extensions. I'm gonna go here at the bottom on this move here, and I'm gonna draw this kind of to the top of this little breakout and that little pullback, and that'll give me an idea of where that market could push up to after that breakout to the upside. So you can see we had this kind of overall downtrend. We break out there, so we get that little bottom of that candle, and this will give us an idea like how high this could push up. And you see the market push up there to that 1.618 area, and then the next target would be that area here. But pretty much like getting a push up to the 1 or 1.68 would be like a target. So if you're getting long here off the 72s, there's that push up there of the 4,000s, a little bit of push above it. And those are all free right there on TradingView as well. So everything is over there. You got all the different ways, the Elliott waves, different patterns, long positions. And so there it is, some tips and some tricks on TradingView. Nothing too crazy, keeping it simple. I would say, you know, at the end of the day, most of my trading strategies, my trading overall style is very simple. I don't overcomplicate things. I like to just keep it nice and easy, and then just focus on the price action and making money, and not worried about like having a million indicators on the charts, but hopefully some tips and some tricks for you guys, some things that I've been doing recently. The cool thing about TradingView is you can customize it and get as crazy as you want. You can really kind of change all the different settings and backgrounds and colors and everything. You can go top to bottom, turn TradingView into pretty much whatever you want it to look like. So there it is. If you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, like button, all the buttons down below, I will talk to you guys later on.